Mirror's Edge proved an anomaly for both a risk-averse Electronic Arts and Swedish developer DICE, the latter feeling their 4 years of Battlefield titles might lead to stagnation. A first-person platformer focusing on solo play as opposed to military shooters focused on multiplayer, it proved a welcome change of pace. Of course, first-person perspectives and platforming haven't always been the easiest of bedfellows, with many a decent shooter undermined by wonky jumping. Luckily, DICE's brand of freerunning is top-notch, embedded in a memorable world and bolstered by a solid story. Ironically, it's the gunfights and combat that hurt the experience, but those looking for a distinctive gem amongst the 360's library should still check this out. Although life is crime-free and peaceful for cooperative folks, the city is controlled heavily through media manipulation and strict rules to create this tranquility. But an underground group of couriers known as runners help transport goods and information outside of the law. Faith Connors is one such runner, under the guidance of Merc via radio, who is getting back on her feet after some sort of incident. However, downtime is short-lived as her twin sister and officer of the law, Kate Connors, is framed for the murder of a political candidate who threatens the oppressive regime in place. Faith must work around both pursuing law enforcement and other shadowy figures to clear her sister's name before she is sent to jail. It's a solid, conspiracy-laden thread that sees a few twists along the way. Stylish, if slightly out of place, animated scenes bookend each mission and boast very good voice work and engaging writing, adding to a positive whole.
Icarus. Wasn't he the Greek guy?
Yeah, his dad made him some wings out of feathers and wax. Then the boy flew too close to the sun. And psst, no more wings, no more Icarus.
Mirror's Edge looks to capture the thrill of parkour in a first-person perspective, and achieves this feat rather well. Controlling Faith feels fluid, with little nuances to weight and acrobatic movements that feel natural and immersive. Tricks such as wall running, slides, and swinging off poles also work very well. The runner vision offers guidance, with key objects Faith can run off being highlighted in red. It's worth noting that hard mode removes this guide, though. The incredible animations, whir of motion blur, and sense of speed from running and falling all combine to make parkouring around the city immensely exhilarating. While some of the more cramped rooms can create a few headaches with movement and lining up your leap of faith, it's never long enough to be noticeable. The best parts of the game see you evading police forces through chase sequences, and to say these are exciting would be an understatement, as you frantically sprint while dodging gunfire and hazards. Mirror's Edge also proves immediately striking thanks to its unique art style. While shooters were adopting a darker look with greys and browns around this time, this one serves as the polar opposite, with crisp whites and occasional primary colours that are equal parts surreal and striking. Open rooftops of flat white with primary coloured adverts create a visual fever dream that hasn't really been matched since. A frantic chase through a multicolour plaza, buoyed by striking blues and pinks, is tremendous looking. And little touches, such as how all the enemies wear black, which stands out, are welcome. It helps that a lot of the technical aspects are strong too, eschewing some of the limitations of Unreal Engine 3, such as slowdown and pop-in for the most part. And while characters and individual details aren't always the best, it's an excellent looking game for 2008. The sound side is also top notch, with Solar Field's score proving dynamic and fluid, seamlessly transitioning between songs depending on the scenario and proving immensely compelling. While the sound effects, such as squeaking of trainers and Faith's laboured breath, add further tension to the running.
Yeah, I'm sure the birds are real impressed with it, but once you finish showing off, you think you might concentrate on some actual work?
Sadly, the highs of this experience can be dampened by some noticeable issues. Sometimes, when running is not an option, you must face off with enemies in combat, be it patrolmen with pistols or snipers you must traverse to first. There are options here, as you can disarm guards with a timed counter and wield firearms to shoot them down, as well as brawl with fists. But neither option feels particularly great, with gunplay overly heavy and suffering from lackluster aiming, while spotty collision detection can see strikes and disarms miss despite being close. The other issue comes from trial and error design. Faith is a fragile protagonist and can be shot down rather quick, so taking a wrong turn in combat can be frustrating. While combat causes the most headaches, platforming can also be challenging, with one slightly off jump sending you back to a checkpoint. At least loading is pretty snappy, and you can eventually overcome these hurdles with patience. Content can also feel a bit scarce with this one. The main campaign boasts 9 chapters, which you could breeze through in around 6 hours. Hard mode unlocks after initial completion, and definitely offers a challenge for those willing. The rest of the game is made up of time trials and speedruns. In the former, sections of the game are spliced away, with new courses formed and plenty of opportunities for shortcuts, while the latter times an entire level replay and features some stiff qualifying times, which allow little room for error. It's this aspect and the aforementioned frustrations which make all these time-focused modes only really appealing for the dedicated, though nailing a perfect run and earning max marks is quite gratifying. Mirror's Edge proved something of a cult classic, gaining appreciation in the years following its release after an initially modest run and reviews from critics. It's a game that stood out amongst a growing crowd of darker shooters, offering some of the best platforming the perspective would see. Couple that with a distinctive art style, enjoyable story, and outstanding immersion, and it's a gem that will please gamers who are after a more unique experience. The sometimes frustrating design and lackluster combat are a shame, and less patient gamers might tire of this one more quickly. But those willing to bear these issues should enjoy this memorable, distinctive running game.
And Faith, thank you.